Hey YouTube, what is going on, guys? So for today's more swag video is a great one. We love watching these videos and reacting to him. Dreamstrike, he's done multiple viral, in-depth tips and tricks on how to be a better player today. If you guys find any of these tips helpful, make sure you drop a like, hit that subscribe button down below. Let me know what tips you guys have for people who are trying to get better.
And go grab some merch. Just kidding, it's all sold out.
Warzone has gotten really sweaty.
Doesn't this video just make one of people be more sweaty?
Yeah, that is true.
The game has been out for over 2 years, so naturally players have had time to get better, but on top of that, the player count has been shrinking, leaving the lobbies filled with sweaty players.
Ooh, true, very true.
Sweats are sweats for a reason. They play a lot and likely aren't going to stop anytime soon because they love the game.
Exactly.
So if you still enjoy playing and want to get more wins or win more gunfights, you're going to have to get better too. But you might be thinking, how do I do that? I'm not a streamer and I don't have 8 hours to play every day. Am I just doomed to be bad at the game? Well, over a year and a half ago, I had these same thoughts. I was losing a ton of gunfights, never seemed to make a reputation, and I was extremely frustrated with the game. I was a shell of
Anakin.
ear to ear dropping into the map every night. The game was quickly becoming no fun. So desperate and not sure what to do, I considered becoming the unthinkable.
What the hell?
If I couldn't win my gunfights or get wins anymore, I would have to fully give in to the darkness.
No.
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 No way. RPG? What? No way he became a RB.
Not the behind the door.
But then I thought, no way am I going to do that. I'm going to figure this out. So that's what I did. I was able to improve from having less than a 1 KD in March of 2020 to dropping 30 kill games on Rebirth Island.
Damn.
Even though I had a full-time job, I figured out a way to maximize my improvement in as little time as possible through an effective practice routine.
Practice?
You're talking about practice?
Practice?
I know.
Practice? We talk about practice?
Talking about practice? Come on, man.
This gets a bad rap because
Practice with
it's
bots.
boring and honestly it can be a waste of time.
Wait, you can practice
if you aren't
Warzone with
practicing
bots?
the right thing. If you follow these 4 tips, you'll see insane improvement.
Four tips. Here we go. Let's see the 4 tips.
Let's see these 4 tips.
Hey, yo! So that was a recent high kill game of mine in a
23.
really sweaty lobby on Rebirth Island.
Damn, 1.5?
Where my improvement started.
God.
That's a demon lobby.
Welcome to Verdansk.
Oh man.
A city of endless
I miss it every day.
with over 8 square kilometers to
This reminds me of like Fallout 4, Fallout 3. You don't know nothing about that.
Come drop in today.
It was the height of the pandemic, and like many of you, I was addicted to Warzone. This was my first Battle Royale game, and there was nothing sweet in this world than getting a win on that map with the boys.
They buffed the Amex, right?
Yeah.
Game, getting more wins and more kills was really hard.
Ooh.
So naturally, I turned to YouTube for help, and it was at that
That's him?
Yeah, that's Tim, and then that's me
you.
right there. Yeah.
point that my world changed.
Okay. Oh. Why am I not up there?
Yeah, what?
You see, I knew that there were players better than me, but I didn't realize how much better. I started watching pro Warzone players like Huskers and Teep drop more than 30 kills a game. I didn't know that being that good was even possible.
people were dropping
Their guns just
30s
seemed to have
every
recoil,
game.
and their aim was impossible.
Who was?
On that
I
map.
immediately knew
Yeah,
that
everyone?
I would do whatever it takes
lot of
to be
people.
that good too. I found some videos with recommended tips on how to get better, and I got to work. I started shooting bots every day, learned how to slide cancel, and wouldn't you know it, I started to get better. My KD went up a little bit, I started to win gunfights I certainly would have lost in the past, and I was really happy with my progress. But after a few months and building a new PC, my improvement started to plateau. I would have moments where my aim felt really good, and then the next gunfight, I was shooting octagons around my opponent. I got better, but I just wasn't consistent. And it took me a while to realize it, but it was the way I was practicing that was holding me back. I needed to focus on mindful repetition, not mindless repetition. And here's what I did.
What do you do?
Instead of mostly shooting
You're gonna
bots
practice
without a practice
shooting at
plan,
windows.
I started to spend
Watch.
more time making up drills to practice specific skills.
Wow.
For instance, I spent hours shooting different guns into signs on multiplayer maps to practice my recoil control until it was really good.
See, now, I've never done that, and that's not me saying, yo, like, you don't like.
Yeah, no.
That's
it's,
not. I'm not.
Who they're doing this because they really want to get better at the game.
And they don't have that much time.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Like, he doesn't have time to play 8 hours a day. I've just never done this. Like, it's just more so like because we play so much, that's how we get our repetition is like we just we're just going through it in a blender or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I understand. I wonder if he put the health up to mimic maybe
And
plates or
to
something
practice
like that.
movement, I made up different courses to simulate in-game situations. But I didn't train for hours at a time. I just showed up consistently and spent 15 to 30 minutes per day hyper-focused on 1 or 2 skills that I really wanted to improve. And then once I was
Black
good at
Cancel
that
looks so
skill,
cool.
I moved on to something else. This way of practicing gave me a clear focus and helped me avoid distractions to get the most out of my practice
So,
time.
pause
Because
it. I kind of did something like this when I was younger. So I didn't have online play or like online.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play against real people. So I would play campaign and act like I was playing people online and kind of like just act like I was trying to be
Mimicking
sweaty and
it,
shit.
yeah.
Like trying to mimic what I would do against real people. It was weird.
No, I feel it. I mean, I understand what he's talking, especially like the slide canceling part. You definitely need to practice that, and like it's hard to practice that when you're getting destroyed in Warzone.
it was pretty obvious that I needed to work on my aiming, so I started with that first. And as I got better, I actually started recording my gameplays because I thought I was gonna start dropping high kill games and hitting sick clips all the time.
I'm dead.
Oh my god, dude, that scared
I
the
was a
fuck out of me.
little ambitious. But my foolishness actually worked out in my favor because when I started to watch back my game footage, I quickly saw that my movement and aiming weren't nearly as good as the top players. I was a
come
decent
on.
player, but I constantly put myself in bad situations and didn't have the gun skill.
That's
to
one thing
fight
I've
them.
never done.
So I started
Like
recording
kind of
myself-
practiced solo squads. It's always been like solos or solo duos because I'm just scared of solo.
Yeah, I've done
squads.
solo squad. I did a lot of solo squads, but like splitting off 8 hours a day, like eventually you're gonna learn how to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, like I said, watching other people do it also kind of shows you like what certain scenarios you should do. Like, I mean, a lot of people didn't really do like close the door, open and bust out of it until they seen people do it, or like the way people slide cancel in fights and like break people's cameras. That people don't just naturally find out how to do that. They watch someone do it and then they mimic it.
And I would watch back my deaths from the previous game as I was queuing into a new game. And I would ask myself questions like, could I have made a better rotation? Did I overcommit to that gunfight? Is my centering as good as Aiden's?
Oh, what are you, nuts?
Okay,
Yeah,
I
realizing your
wasn't
mistakes is
delusional.
probably
I
one of
knew
the
my
biggest
gameplay wasn't nearly as good as
part of how to
Aiden's.
get better.
I mean, not even close. But by asking myself these questions and comparing myself to really good players, I got better and better myself. But why? Well, it's the same reason athletes watch film to prep for the next
Yeah,
game.
like I was just
You can
saying,
identify
you watch-
patterns of information and store it in your memory, which allows you to respond quickly to different situations in an
It's a
actual
great
game.
movie, by the way.
If we analyze
Yeah,
that
Limit-
like Steph and
Limitless?
Martin, we can
Limitless,
see
yeah.
that I quickly down the first player, get the full, and then immediately get challenged by his teammate and lose the gunfight. Now, if we reflect on what I could have done different, sure, I could
Run
have hit more of my
outside.
shots, but more importantly, I shouldn't have focused
Full-
on getting
the
my full
full,
kill.
yeah,
Instead, I should have anticipated his teammate pushing me, and I should have pre-aimed the door. So having reflected on this, I can now create a plan of action to do better in the next game. For example, I can practice shooting bots and immediately flick to another target, which helps train my brain to do so when I'm in a match. But the only reason I was able to do all of this was because I started recording my gameplay.
That tip's kind of tough because a lot of people don't record their gameplay or like really, but like that's
Or
really
even have
helpful.
The equipment to record their
Yeah.
gameplay.
And using these 2 tips, my skill level exploded over the next few months. I switched to playing Rebirth Island because of the hacking problem on Verdansk, and I started to see improvement in every part of my gameplay. My aim was feeling consistent, my movement was getting really smooth, and my reaction time was quicker than ever. I was finally feeling confident in my gameplay, and this confidence led to me dropping my first 20 kill game. on
20
Rebirth
bomb.
Island. I can't even begin to describe that feeling. All the hard work, all the time spent practicing over the past year.
Was
and
it cheating
finally
really bad?
paid
That
off.
bad in
I felt
Verdansk?
just like the pro players I watched on YouTube.
There was one point
and I
where it was
knew
really
that nothing
bad.
Like he just said he left to go play. Like you know how bad it must have been for him to be like, you know, I'm gonna go play Rebirth. I'm done
Yeah,
with cheating.
there was one point where it was really bad.
Taking a moment to enjoy this accomplishment, I went right back into the matchmaking gauntlet. I had finally gotten a taste of success on Rebirth Island, and I was desperate for even more. I thought that it was going to be easier to get more high kill games now that I'd proven to myself that I could do it. But boy was I wrong. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, and no matter what I did, I just couldn't get another 20 kill game. And each day my frustration grew just a little bit more. But despite getting really close several times, it was just never
19.
enough. I
No.
became so obsessed with this one goal that eventually my frustration began to completely take over. None of my deaths were my fault anymore. It had to be the game. The servers were too laggy, players camped too much. My
Well, you
lobbies
can never
were
go
way
into
too
it trying to break your
I
own
just
PR.
couldn't do it, and it was driving me insane.
Incredible
The
editing.
night is darkest just before the dawn. I promise you, the dawn is coming.
I was down, but I wasn't quite yet out. And after some thought, I realized that it was my frustration that was holding me back. I had to resubscribe to the 1% improvement mentality. I simply can't control everything that goes on around me. Some days I'm gonna get tough lobbies, and some days it's going to be a camp fest. But what I can control is my commitment to getting 1% better every week.
Like you cannot, like in any player, hop on and like, I'm gonna beat my PR. I'm going for my PR.
Yeah, no.
Cause it never works out like that.
Yeah.
It's like a basketball player going into a game like, yo, I'm gonna drop 50. Well, maybe.
But you know what's weird, bro? I would never do this. I wouldn't go from playing online to just go back to shooting signs, bro. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Even if you're not playing every day, the best practice is to take the scenarios that happen in the game and just learn from those instead of going and shooting a fucking standstill sign.
I mean, everyone has different methods, but yeah, I wouldn't go from that point and then to the Giro game and then back to.
It's like you're going back. What, are you gonna forget how to shoot a standstill sign? No.
Because I mean, in the game, like enemies aren't standstill.
Moving.
Yeah.
There's a reason why arguably the best player in Call of Duty history tweets nearly the same.
That's why runs are pretty much the best practice you can get.
Every day is an opportunity to get just a little bit better. This was just another small setback. I was going to figure out how to get more high kill games. So back to the drawing board I went. I spent hours watching the top players on Twitch and analyzing my game footage, trying to unlock the secret for more kills. And slowly a pattern began to emerge. I realized that I was passing up on too many opportunities, and the lobbies were dying out before I could reach my goal.
Yeah.
I was playing smart,
that's
but
a big
way
problem
too
I have
slow.
too.
To unlock the next level of skill and learn how to win with the odds stacked against me. Good players can get lucky and get a high kill game every once in a while, but great players create their own luck. So over the next few months, I fully committed to playing more aggressive,
create their own
and it was
good luck.
brutal at first, and I died a lot. It even brought back some of the painful memories of feeling like a complete bot during the early days of
That is true though. You got to pay attention to the lobby.
And eventually, I started to consistently drop high kill games. The only way to learn how to push teams was to fully commit and not be afraid to fail. I hope these 4 tips help you on your journey to get better, because they certainly changed everything for me. And if you need some help dialing in the right aim sensitivity settings, check out this video right here.
A big thing
Thanks,
is,
and I'll see you in the next
I noticed when he said it, like, good players create their own luck, right? So there may be somebody who's afraid to push a team because they don't want to die.
And he made a good point. Like a lot of players don't pay attention to like the lobby. Like they'll be like, yo, like they got a couple kills. I'm gonna play a little safe. Lobby's dead, so you can't really get high kills. So great video though. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe on that one.